An elite team is introduced. Their leader, Baiyi, has led them for a decade, and they face down a horde of monstrous beasts as the Divine Core begins its operation. This lightning assassin Ling Yue leaps into the fray, calling out to her captain, and Baiyi's eyes glow with immense power. He is the commander, a nuclear saint. This SSS-class Demon King is swiftly eliminated, but for some the fight was over too quickly, even though it was a top-rated mission. And a teammate questions if it was too easy. Baiyi agrees the intel mentioned a hidden skill, but his thoughts are interrupted as Ling Yue asks about their post-mission celebration, even suggesting a private outing. Baiyi deflects, announcing a team dinner instead, much to his teammates' amusement. But then something clicks for Baiyi. He realizes one of their own is missing, though the others just think he is slacking off again. From a distance, a lone individual watches them. A new command appears, Purge Operation, revealing the missing teammates' true intentions, and with a snap the deadly plan commences. This team watches in horror as their comrade Zioling falls to the ground. This hooded man declares this his true mission. Suddenly, the MC feels a strange jolt and realizes his body cannot move. This traitor reveals a month-long poisoning plot. He unleashes a skill called Forbidden Vines, and glowing roots erupt from the earth. His plan was to neutralize the strongest first, and now the entire team is ensnared. These vines are meant to render them defenseless. He calls it a divine purge operation. Ling Yue and Lucian are captured instantly. This vines constrict with crushing force. This MC is bound tightly, unable to fight back, his eyes glowing with pure rage. This female fighter is also caught in the assault. This whole team is suspended, completely helpless. He screams, questioning the reason for this betrayal. A brutal strike is the only answer he receives. He pleads, reminding him of their years as comrades, but the traitor scoffs at the idea of family. This was all planned from their very first meeting. They were nothing more than pawns. This traitor admits the long deception was sickening. This final blow lands with a deafening crash, and the white-haired warrior stares in disbelief as his life ends. But a voice echoes in the darkness, offering a deal. Coming from a mysterious, sharp-eyed individual, this warrior finds himself lost in a strange void, suddenly bound by heavy, spectral chains. A powerful being appears, the Demon King Belphegor, who senses a shared, burning hatred in our boy. He proposes a transaction using his ultimate skill, life regression, offering a chance to go back and change everything. This Demon King grins, asking if he is interested, and the warrior considers the impossible offer. His mind flashing back to a happier, innocent past, and then to the moment it all went wrong, remembering the hooded traitor who destroyed his world. His rage extends to the so-called gods who allowed it all to happen, those silent observers who watched him suffer. A fierce grin spreads across the warrior's face, an answer that satisfies the Demon King, who offers a welcoming present for their new pact. Our boy takes the strange gift, demanding to know the price. But Belphegor only offers a sinister smile. A voice calls out his name, telling him to wake up. His eyes snap open with a start, finding himself back in an academy classroom years in the past. He realizes he has actually come back, waking up in a familiar classroom where a teacher scolds him for sleeping. And Baiyi recognizes his old teacher, Huang. He has traveled back to his middle school days just as the lesson on awakening begins. This teacher explains the 5 elemental powers, and that each person can only wield one. She demonstrates her own rare cloud element, explaining the different combat roles they create, from mages to assassins in powerful guilds. She reminds the students of their potential and the ranks of professions they can achieve, stressing the importance of this moment because they only get one chance. Later, walking through the nostalgic school grounds, Baiyi recalls this is where it all began. Suddenly, a familiar student stumbles into him, and he turns to face a group of bullies. This leader, Hong Qiangsheng, mocks the fallen student, then steps on Baiyi's hand for interfering. He boasts about his rare awakened power, forcing the other student into a terrified apology. Baiyi remembers this bully from his past life, a constant source of conflict he must now face again. But a voice cuts through the tension, telling Hong Qiangsheng to stop. It is teacher Huang, reminding him this is a school, not a crime scene. This bully tries to shift the blame, demanding the student compensate them with bubble tea. He leans in close, threatening her job if she tries to be a hero, but she ignores him, helping the fallen student as the bullies walk away laughing. Just then, Baiyi steps forward, staring down the bully's leader. Hong Qiangsheng stops, annoyed by the kid's glare. He shoves Baiyi aside, promising to deal with the weaklings later. This bullied student apologizes, but Baiyi insists it was not his fault. He remembers teacher Huang fondly, recalling her kindness after his own awakening. A voice calls out, it is their class's turn for the awakening chamber. Teacher Huang gathers her students, warning them to stay calm. Baiyi knows there are 2 ways to awaken in this world, one being a natural awakening like the bullies. It happens to the talented during moments of extreme emotion. This other method involves the awakening chamber. A marvel of science, it swirls with elemental energies, designed to intensely stimulate a person's emotions and force their latent potential to the surface. A student emerges having awakened as a mystic mage. He is overjoyed to have a blue-tier profession, and Baiyi reflects on how this moment is life's only reset button. This student points to Baiyi, announcing he is next. Teacher Huang tells him to focus, warning him not to slack off. He knows he has the nuclear element, wondering what class he will get this time. But a strange feeling washes over him. as the system suddenly reports an error. It detects not one but 5 elements inside him, and a searing heat builds within his body. This infinite awakening system has activated, revealing he can choose his initial class from any of the 5 elements. This system explains he can gain new classes or upgrade them later, and Baiyi realizes he has unlimited potential. He can obtain classes of any quality, even the rarest ones. But there is a catch: only his first choice is guaranteed. This Demon King's voice returns, offering one final push, and Baiyi feels the gift's power coursing through him. With a confident smirk, he prepares to make his choice. Outside, Hong Qiangsheng and his cronies wait impatiently, and just then Baiyi finally emerges. A woman immediately approaches, asking what class he awakened, but Baiyi simply says he is going to disappoint her. Her hopeful expression instantly fades, though she tries to offer words of encouragement, telling him not to feel bad about the results, but Baiyi just bursts out laughing at her pity. This teacher's face hardens, sensing his strange reaction, as Hong Qiangsheng appears to mock his supposed dust-rank quality, sneering that the gods only choose the strong, which fuels Baiyi's rage. A woman asks why he is here again, and the bully explains that society abandons the weak. This strong get stronger while the weak are doomed from the start. This woman agrees their academy reflects this harsh reality. He then mocks her for being a low-rank school worker, saying dust ranks should just go home and not waste resources. But Baiyi shoves the drink right in his face. His eyes are cold, unfazed by the confrontation, and the bully reels back in shock and rage. Baiyi simply says he does not like listening to him talk, which sends the bully into a furious laugh. He lunges forward to attack, but Baiyi blocks with a glowing sword, leaving Hong Qiangsheng completely stunned. His arrogant grin vanishes in an instant, as Baiyi's counterattack sends him flying, crashing hard onto the pavement yards away. This bully coughs up blood from the powerful blow. His face twisted in disbelief and pain, Baiyi stands over him, radiating a golden aura, his expression calm and resolute. He reveals he chose the Nucleo Warrior class himself, smirking as he says he is just used to this. This bully scrambles up, calling it a lucky dodge, boasting that he is a rare abyss rank, and summons his own weapon ready to kill. This bully threatens to make Baiyi crawl before everyone, but Baiyi knows he has his reasons for this path. A system window explains the block skill and the even more powerful parry that reflects all damage. Hong Qiangsheng lunges forward with a powerful strike. As onlookers panic, knowing this fight is against school rules, this bully is confident, backed by his powerful family, and the student worries Baiyi will be expelled for fighting back. Teacher Huang watches with deep concern, then steps between them, trying to stop the fight. But Hong Qiangsheng shoves her aside, refusing to back down, vowing to teach Baiyi the difference between them, an insurmountable chasm of power. This teacher knows the rank difference gives a huge advantage, and the student sees Baiyi as completely outmatched. He cannot understand why Baiyi would provoke such a powerful enemy, believing survival means learning to avoid people like this. And when you cannot avoid them, you must learn to swallow your humiliation. For him, direct confrontation is the most foolish choice. Hong Qiangsheng unleashes his final attack, screaming that it is over, but Baiyi just smirks, asking dodge. This bully is stunned, realizing Baiyi has vanished, reappearing instantly behind him with a golden blade, and with a single word, trash, he ends the fight. This crowd is stunned, unable to process what just happened. A pink-haired student watches with a curious expression, as a flashback reveals Baiyi used an advanced skill, Flash Blink, taking down his opponent in a single decisive move. This bullied student realizes he did it all without breaking a single school rule. A system window confirms Baiyi gained experience and elemental points, but he knows it is not enough. He needs to clear labyrinths. Hong Qiangsheng struggles to his feet, refusing to let him leave, and grabs his sword for another round, but a sharp voice cuts through the air, stopping them both. It is Hong Liang, the dean of the academy, and the bully recognizes his own uncle. This dean quickly dismisses the crowd of onlookers, telling them to go home and celebrate their awakenings. This word home strikes a chord with Baiyi, but the dean grabs him, reminding him that fighting is forbidden. Suddenly, Baiyi realizes if he is back in the past, his family is alive, and he remembers something else, something vital he has forgotten. Then he sprints away, leaving everyone confused. This dean tells teacher Huang to control her student, but lets the matter drop. Later, in the dean's office, the bully insists he only lost to a lucky shot. But his uncle slams the desk, furious at his excuse. He asks if his nephew has any idea what that kid just did, revealing Baiyi used only basic skills with a mastery beyond a veteran's. Baiyi runs, thinking of his new purpose, his feet pounding the pavement with resolve as he finally stops, catching his breath, knowing what he must prevent at all costs. His new stats appear: a level 1 Nucleo Warrior, with a skill called Swiftness to boost his speed, which can eventually evolve into a teleporting Flash Blink. But Hong Qiangsheng's stats are far superior. Meanwhile, a man watches a show in a small apartment, laughing loudly at the television. Through the window, a woman washes dishes, and Baiyi's reflection appears as he arrives home. This man on the couch casually greets him, but Baiyi stands silently in the doorway. He looks past the man, his eyes fixed on the woman, and his face fills with disbelief and tears. It is his mom. She turns with a warm smile, glad he is alive, and walks over to him with a gentle expression. Using sign language, she offers to make his favorite noodles, and Baiyi struggles to contain his emotions. She suggests making them tomorrow, but he insists on today, and she lovingly signs that he is impossible. As she turns back to the kitchen, he offers to go with her, but the man on the couch tells him to stay put. He smirks, asking why Bai Yi did not greet his own dad. A man's voice asks about his awakening day. As he grabs 2 drinks from the fridge to celebrate, it is his father, Bai Lingsheng, a C-class electric warrior, but Bai Yi's face darkens, revealing he did not awaken. His father boasts about his own abyss rank, expecting the same from his son, and he steps forward, his tone shifting ominously, reminding Bai Yi of all the sacrifices he has made. This father's rage builds into a terrifying red aura, and he pours a drink over his son's head for being a dust drink. He screams, calling his own son a useless disgrace. A brutal strike follows, his violent nature unleashed. This memory blurs into darkness. As Bai Yi recalls the events of his first life, he remembers his mother always trying to protect him, but back then he was too terrified to do anything, and could only watch as his father beat her for an hour. This attack left her permanently injured and unstable. A memory of a helpless, bloodied child. Back in the present, he is on the floor at his father's mercy. His father is a C-class abyss rank, a powerful warrior. Unlike the school bully, this man has real combat experience. Bai Yi knows he was wrong, he cannot win this fight now. But at least he got his mom out of the house this time just before the punch lands. As groceries scatter across the floor, Bai Yi gasps, reeling from the powerful blow. A flashback shows a younger Bai Yi, shocked by his mother's sudden return. As she rushes home, determined to bring him food, but she is met with a terrifying sight, a menacing man who scoffs at the son she raised. A system window displays Bai Yi's initial stats as a level 1 nuclear warrior, compared to another warrior's far more advanced C-class stats. This scene shifts to an interrogation room, where a shackled Bai Yi is questioned about his rapid advancement. His interrogator notes his unprecedented leap to a 1 in a million platinum tier, and asks why he was arrested in the first place. He reveals this is a prison for death row inmates, and Bai Yi mutters that his victim deserved his fate, his rage boiling over as he recalls the man's brutal crime. This memory brings him back to that horrific day, watching his father strike his mother down. She screams in terror as the boy is hit as well. And the man crushes a doorknob, remarking on the deadly force. His glowing eyes fixate on his son, questioning his defiance. As Bai Yi stands protectively in front of his mother, sword drawn, he warns the man with a single command: do not touch her. His father just smirks, intrigued by this sudden courage, while his mother watches in absolute horror. This man's grin widens, pleased that his son is finally fighting back. A system window explains the parry skill, which reflects all damage. And the father's attack shatters against the perfect block, stunned by the power difference. His father's stats flash, a level 26 C-rank Electro Warrior, as Bai Yi braces for the brutal impact, refusing to dodge the blow, and his father mocks his useless courage, but Bai Yi vows this time will be different. This man grabs a chair, sneering at his son's awakening, raising it to strike as his mother shields him, but a sudden, loud banging echoes from the door. This father freezes, furious at the interruption, while Bai Yi knows exactly who has arrived. He storms toward the door, demanding to know who is there, and finds 2 inspectorate officers waiting for him. His father's face pales, recognizing the deputy captain, who explains they are searching for a wanted criminal. This man laughs it off, denying he has seen anyone, but a dark realization dawns on his face. A system window explains the rare second awakening, advancement, and he realizes what is happening with Bai Yi's potential. This inspector places him under arrest, and his father struggles, screaming at his son. He is dragged away, vowing revenge on Bai Yi, until the door finally slams shut. Bai Yi turns to his mother, bloodied but standing, and she rushes to embrace him, relieved and terrified. He holds her close, knowing he protected her this time, and that he has 15 days. He recalls a bloody hand holding a golden key, an item his father betrayed his teammates to obtain. This very thing that let him climb from E rank to C rank. Back in the present, Bai Yi searches his father's room, finding the key hidden in a secret safe unknown even to his family. In his past life, he only learned of it after his father's death, but now with this knowledge, he can solo the Demon Cave. He knows these caves are the only way to upgrade his class, and he remembers a hidden one from his previous life. He arrives at a ruined building, the cave's entrance, its difficulty unknown. With grim determination, he vows to surpass everyone. A system window explains demon caves are for leveling up by fighting monsters. Meanwhile, in a security office, guards discuss a false alarm, but one insists they cannot relax when rebels are involved. On a desk lies a wanted poster for a dangerous figure named Snow. 2 guards gossip about their captain's early return but are quickly silenced. A prisoner begs the deputy leader for mercy, pleading it is his first offense. He tries to bribe the official, mentioning his wife is about to give birth, but the deputy leader scoffs, reminding him he was once a guild member. He asks the man if he even understands why he is locked up, leaving the prisoner speechless behind the bars. Another guard informs him he is being transferred to the Awakena prison tomorrow. This cell door slams shut, leaving him in darkness. His face contorts with rage, muttering Bai Yi's name with pure hatred. Back in his room, Bai Yi knows his father gets out in 15 days and he has to get stronger. Back in his room, Bai Yi knows his only option is the Demon Caves, which are parallel dimensions that can appear anywhere, accessed through portals that materialize from thin air. These caves are filled with beasts and resources perfect for leveling up, but they are incredibly dangerous, requiring a team and official approval. Except Baiyi remembers a cave from his past life that went undiscovered for years, recalling that an F-rank cave requires 3 E-rank awakeners, while an E-rank cave needs a 5-person team of mixed ranks. He calculates this hidden cave is likely F-rank and pushes his way in. Stepping into the undiscovered entrance of a crimson cavern, he reaches out feeling a sudden biting cold in the air, realizing this is a domain of ice and snow home to magic beasts. He ventures deeper into the frozen landscape, discovering a massive sleeping beast surrounded by skeletons. He identifies it as a hibernating Eb-rank ice-filled bear, and a massive paw slams down, confirming this is an E-rank cave. An E-rank wolf appears, its level already higher than his own, and the beast lunges forward with a vicious snarl, forcing Baiyi to leap back to avoid its attack. He lands, readying his blade for a counter, dodging the wolf's snapping jaws as he strikes. This beast roars, but Baiyi is already moving, unleashing a powerful golden arc with his sword, and the creature falls defeated in a spray of blood. A system window details his A-rank weapon, but he knows it is not enough. He almost misses the days he was an L-ranker, as the system shows just how slow leveling up can be. Suddenly, a sound cuts through the snowy silence, and he realizes the scent of blood has drawn a crowd. He slams his sword into the ground, ready for a fight, and lunges forward, landing a critical hit on a wolf. But another beast leaps in for a counterattack, forcing Baiyi to flip through the air to dodge. He lands facing the last of the pack, the Wolf King. With a flash of his blade, he parries the final blow, and a golden aura surrounds him as he finally ranks up. This system confirms he has reached level 3 D rank, and he examines a valuable Snow Wolf diamond. He knows leveling solo is slow and dangerous, so he looks at the remaining wolves with an idea, then turns and runs, leading the pack behind him. His plan works, attracting a massive python, and soon all the nearby monsters are on his tail. He sprints through the snow, gathering his targets, amassing a huge horde of elemental beasts. A massive explosion erupts in their midst, and Baiyi knows the noise will awaken something else. This blast tears through the weaker monsters, enraging a powerful frost bear into a berserk state. But Baiyi stands his ground, ready for the X. Baiyi prepares to land the final blow, but he is exhausted even with the bear's help. He faces the last of the wolves, knowing the terrain is unstable, and a sudden realization hits him. He slams his sword down with all his might, a move he'd planned while analyzing the ground. This is not a frozen lake at all. It is an ice bridge now shattering beneath the wolves. With most of the beasts gone, he looks to the final threat. Remembering something crucial from his past life, every demonic cave has a final boss. For an E-rank cave, it should be a powerful beast, but he is confused why it has not appeared yet. Suddenly, he feels a surge of ice magic, realizing he was completely wrong about the situation. A massive spell erupts around him, revealing the hibernating bear was just waiting for the right moment. A moment when there is no escape, as Baiyi is instantly frozen in a block of ice. He is trapped, completely caught off guard, realizing the ice bridge was part of the trap all along. This boss simply waited to claim all the rewards, but Baiyi knows something else is hidden here. A massive, shadowy figure looms over him, revealing the true, terrifying master of this cave. Baiyi's energy crackles around him, ready for what is next, as a system window reveals the cave's high-risk E-rank status. Inside, a powerful spell demon and his guards await. But the intense cold is overwhelming, trapping Baiyi in ice, and a monstrous hand reaches through the blizzard. As the spell demon unleashes its freezing power, one of its minions lunges forward for the kill, towering over the completely frozen boy, but with perfect timing he activates his parry skill and uses Shatter to break free from the ice. This move drains his stamina, but he is finally free. Knowing the demon needs time to cast another spell, he has to kill it before that happens. A powerful fist flies through the air. As another beast joins the brutal fray, Baiyi grits his teeth, bloodied but not broken, facing the massive E-rank ice-filled bear, and he knows his element is weak against its power. With his stamina critically low, he realizes his chances of survival are dropping to zero. He is caught between two powerful monsters, who charge at him from both sides. He ducks under a brutal swing, but his strength is completely gone. Just as the ice-filled bear lunges for the final blow, this frost bear lunges with blinding speed, but Baiyi dodges, unleashing a golden counterslash, his eyes burning with focus despite the strain. A dark memory flashes endless hordes, his stamina failing, when a massive ice storm erupts from above, and Baiyi realizes the boss's cooldown is impossibly fast. He looks up, caught completely off guard, his expression hardening with grim resolve. He remembers facing entire armies alone in his past life, and now he is thrown back by a blast of frigid energy. He lands, spinning his blade through the icy terrain, leaping across a chasm to gain some distance, but the freezing magic overtakes his sword, trapping him completely in a block of solid ice. This cave's master, an ancient sorcerer, looks on in surprise, as even the frost bear and its pack seem stunned. Meanwhile, back at home, a door creaks open. As his mother peeks in, wondering why he is sleeping late, her smile vanishes, replaced by sudden panic. She finds his room is completely empty. Back in the cave, his bloody bandage lies abandoned on the ice, a sign of the struggle at the bottom of the cliff. Trapped in the ice, Baiyi realizes there is a river below, and with a final push, he shatters his prison, falling through the air. He has pushed himself to the absolute limit. He wonders if he has finally reached his limit. His body succumbing to hypothermia and blood loss. As his consciousness fades into darkness, A memory surfaces of a friend's teasing voice, then a woman asking for a hug and a young boy plotting their next meal. He remembers a comrade asking for his help, and the man who betrayed them all, his final words echoing in Baiya's mind. This memory fuels his rage, and he vows to never let it happen again. He has already died once before, and he pushes his body past its breaking point, screaming that he will never die again. A golden arc of energy slams into the beast, and he lands hard, catching his breath. He grits his teeth, refusing to collapse, and a golden aura explodes from his body. A system rule appears, desperation triggers advancement. He recalls his desperate plan to get here, and now his blade hums with new power. He unleashes a new skill, Sanctuary, facing down the enraged, ice-filled bear. This attack obliterates the entire horde, even taking down the Glacier Overlord in one hit. A system window confirms his level up, gaining a new title and frost resistance, and he vows to return for the true master. His stats have skyrocketed after the level up, thanks in part to his powerful rank blade. This bodies of the defeated wolves litter the ground, and he reflects on how much stronger he has become. He recalls how his sanctuary skill works, a desperate move that fully restored his stamina. Now he just needs to get home to his mother. He finally escapes the icy depths, discovering a mysterious temple in the blizzard. Inside, strange ape-like creatures hang from the rafters, and a wizened elder sits silently at the far end, its eyes suddenly snapping open, glowing red. This ground in front of Baiyi explodes as he reaches the max E-class level, greeting the new foe. Meanwhile, his mother waits up for him, worried sick, wondering why he has not returned yet. With a full meal growing cold on the table, back in the cave, the ape-like minions drop down, surrounding the corpse of the ice-filled bear. Its body begins to dissolve into mist. As Baiyi faces down the entire troop, he stands victorious over all the fallen beasts. This cave's true master is revealed, a spellfiend and his guards, and the ancient demon glares down with burning red eyes. But Baiyi stands ready on the fallen bear's corpse, as one of the demon's minions lunges to attack. Baiyi's eyes flare with golden light, and he unleashes a swift, deadly slash, instantly killing the demon monkey for a burst of X. This spellfiend leader watches, completely stunned, as its ice magic hits Baiyi but has no effect, his cloud element resistance negating the frost damage. Enraged, the spellfiend leader leaps into the fray, summoning a massive crystal of pure magic, standing with his horde ready to crush the intruder. But Baiyi only has one thing on his mind. He dashes past the leader, leaving a bloody gash, and the beast looks up in pure agony and shock, as Baiyi coldly says his goodbyes, unleashing a final devastating flurry of golden strikes. A system window confirms the spellfiend leader is defeated, granting 1000 exp, and he gains 12 attribute points, his warrior class now level 11. Suddenly, he feels a surge as his intellect permanently increases, realizing he'd forgotten about his cloud element accumulating power. A new profession is unlocked, the Cloud Element Mage, a rare red profession with a massive 200% bonus, and he loots the boss's D-class mage weapon and magic pouch. This remaining wolves stare, utterly confused, as Baiyi rises with his loot, leaving them frozen in place. He senses a few stragglers still lurking nearby and switches to his new Cloud Element Mage class. He is ready to test out his new powers. Meanwhile, his mother waits at home, overcome with worry, hugging herself in the dark, terrified for his safety. Just then, Baiyi quietly returns, and her eyes fill with tears of relief. She rushes to her feet, her fear turning to joy, and pulls him into a tight, emotional hug. He reveals a magic pouch filled with valuable crystals and finds a buyer, starting the negotiations high. This man haggles, but Baiyi holds his ground, securing enough money to finally get his mom a nice place. He remembers how she suffered in his past life, and quickly closes the deal on a new apartment for her. That night, they settle into their new home. He watches her cook, happy to see her smile so freely, and reflects on his progress in his new room. He knows he cannot pursue his revenge just yet because it is time to find a certain something. Elsewhere in a grand hall, a portal opens, and a young man is praised for his improved performance. He smirks, vowing to prove he is the true genius in the upcoming test. A woman with a long braid looks out over the city lights, as Baiyi's golden aura hums around his neck, and the next morning begins in their rented apartment. A full breakfast is spread across the table, where his mother watches him with a warm smile. Baiyi rushes to eat, asking why she let him sleep in, but she just shakes her head gently, ruffling his hair as he eats his food. He smiles, realizing he has not slept so peacefully in ages, and that he has never had a proper breakfast with her like this. Suddenly, a hand grabs his collar, and he turns, asking what is wrong, but it is just his mother, smiling at him. She points to a calendar on the wall, and he remembers it is his birthday, a day he'd long forgot. She asks him if there is anything he wants, making him pause mid-bite to think, wondering what it is he truly desires most. A determined look crosses his face, as he knows it is time to complete his next objective. Later, at the Affiliated Academy for the Awakened, an instructor announces preparations for a combat simulation, stressing the importance of the upcoming event. He explains the top performer will get a rare opportunity, this chance to join a training pilgrimage with the Divine Guild. This instructor reveals a trip to the Divine Guild HQ, a name that catches Baiyi's attention. He remembers this is where his master first found him, as other students buzz with excitement for the simulation. But Baiyi's focus is sharp and unwavering, and as they head to the training room, he steps out of line. He tells the teacher he will not be using this room, shocking his classmates into silence. This instructor recognizes him immediately, warning him not to get arrogant after one victory, but Baiyi requests specialized training instead, and the teacher's patience begins to wear thin. Baiyi explains that one-size-fits-all training is inefficient, as different classes require different methods. This instructor glares down, offended by the lecture, but a pink-haired girl recognizes the advanced theory. She is stunned he knows a new divine core training method, and the teacher suddenly grabs Baiyi's shoulder. His anger turns to a grin, impressed by the idea. Admitting his own methods were too simple, he reflects on the burden of guiding his students' futures, while Baiyi remembers the teachers who saved him in his past life. He promises the instructor he will prove himself in the test. Hiding his true goal of training his secret mage class, this teacher jokes, asking if he was just rejected. Baiyi watches his classmates head to the simulation rooms, while another student gets a harsh reality check. Inside, Baiyi feels the elemental suppression, knowing he must hide his dual professions from prying eyes. His classmates are also training, fueled by rivalry, but he is already focused on leaving the academy. Two of his old friends try to catch up to him, but he knows his path to revenge is a lonely one. He glances back, thinking about the boy with glasses, as his friends wonder why he has become so distant. They notice a new confidence in him since his awakening, though his logic for leaving them is cold and simple. This words hit his friend hard, leaving him dejected. But then Baiyi stops and calls out to him, telling him to get his lungs checked when he has time. His friends are completely confused by the strange advice, and Baiyi coldly rides off, leaving them in the dust. One of them throws a tantrum, making empty excuses, but Baiyi's warning comes from a painful memory. His friends watch him leave, feeling his cold distance, but Specs knows that deep down he is still the same person. Meanwhile, at the Shang Nation's training grounds, a powerful man hears rumors of a new exceptional recruit. He is speaking to the very recruit who broke all the records, a man with metallic dreadlocks reporting for duty. Baiyi warns his mother to be careful, determined to give her a safer life. Elsewhere, prisoners line up in a sterile hall, and one inmate gets his meal with a cold stare. He secretly sharpens his spoon into a weapon, as a guard reassures him with a sinister smile. Back at the academy, Baiyi reflects on his mage training, focusing on mastering his elemental power. Nearby, another student pushes himself to his limit, running laps around the school track. A boy with glasses struggles with his own training, and they ask Baiyi to dinner, but he politely declines. As he leaves, they feel a sudden, strange chill, and Baiyi offers the runner some advice on his technique. This boy is instantly fired up with new motivation. Later, the student with glasses visits a doctor, who reveals a dangerous tumor in his lungs. He is told to schedule surgery immediately, and remembers Baiyi's strange warning to get checked. He wonders how Baiyi could have possibly known, just as he overhears gossip about a student named Sheng. This bully has already reached E-Class Level 4, using his family's private labyrinth to get ahead. They mention the student who provoked him last weekend, and the boy realizes Sheng is planning his revenge on Baiyi. A student panics, realizing the bully is armed and means to kill, and he instantly regrets ever provoking him. He knows he has to hurry and help Baiyi. Fearing his friend will be ambushed outside of school, he hesitates, wondering what use he could possibly be, but then remembers that Baiyi saved his life, and he runs toward the school armory, determined to help. He is confronted for trying to break in, but smashes the lock with his bare hands, forcing the doors open with sheer will, ready to die if it means saving his brother. He grabs the first weapon he can find, a heavy battle axe, and stands ready to charge into the fight. He shouts that he is going to save Baiyi, leaving a pink-haired girl completely bewildered. Meanwhile, Baiyi confronts his stalker in a back alley. As the man from the simulation appears, seeking revenge, Baiyi is completely unimpressed by the threat, as his rival teleports behind him for a backstab. But Baiyi's hand glows with a strange, glitching power, and he unleashes a devastating counter. This attacker is frozen in utter disbelief, caught by the throat and slammed against a wall. With a single glowing eye, Baiyi looms over him, towering above his defeated foe in a blaze of golden light. This defeated bully demands to know how Baiyi leveled up, screaming that it is impossible after all his hard work. As Baiyi's blade slams into the ground beside his head, he leans in close, asking a chilling question. This bully dares him to finish it, and Baiyi admits he's been looked down on but does not hate him, which only enrages his rival further. Just as his friends arrive, armed and ready to help, but they see Baiyi has everything under control, and he offers his defeated foe a deal in exchange for something he needs. This week of training is finally over, and the instructor announces their next test, a real labyrinth. He warns them of the dangerous beasts within, explaining that senior students will act as guides. It is time to choose their labyrinth level, and the pink-haired girl raises her hand. Followed by Baiyi's rival, Sheng. His friends are shocked they are choosing the E-Class dungeon, but the pink-haired girl notices Baiyi did not raise his hand. As the teacher moves on to the F-Class assignment, someone interrupts. It is Baiyi who wants to challenge the D-Class labyrinth. He wants to take on the D-Rank demon caves, leaving the instructor completely speechless. This entire room erupts in disbelief. No one jumps straight to D-Rank. Baiyi's eyes narrow with cold focus. As he asks the director for a chance to prove himself, this director insists on team entry, but Baiyi wants to go alone. He explains the rules are there to protect students, and the pink-haired girl suddenly appears, calling out in shock. This director worries for her safety, but she wants the top score too. Her insistence only makes the director more frustrated, but Baya cuts in, refusing to team up and vowing to solo it. An instructor steps in, grabbing them both, declaring the D-rank run will be just the two of them. Just then, an arrogant upperclassman volunteers to protect them, and the girl recognizes him as a top-tier senior, but Baya is completely unimpressed as the senior scoffs at his perceived arrogance. This instructor announces the teams are set, opening a portal for the test. He explains the entire event will be live-streamed by drones and challenges the students to aim for the highest score. Baya stares ahead, his resolve unshaken. This academy itself is built over a massive demon cave, which has spawned smaller caves perfect for student trials. A student enters a portal, beginning the simulation. Baya stands with his new team, knowing every move is being recorded. He reminds himself to hide his true power from prying eyes, because the Lingyu demon cave holds something he needs. Their senior teammate boasts, promising to protect them all. A senior explains the monsters in D-rank caves, warning his junior that even weak ones are overwhelming. But as he offers to protect her, Baya walks right past them, leaving the senior completely confused. He shouts at Baya not to rush ahead, but Baya coldly tells him he talks too much. These two students are left stunned by his audacity as the simulation begins inside a virtual jungle. Elsewhere, the combat livestream has officially started, and a crowd of students gathers to watch the screens. Inside the Ultimate Campus headquarters, someone alerts their captain to an interesting stream. This vice captain, a man with green hair, watches on his phone, noting that one of the juniors chose a D-rank dungeon. A woman with dark hair asks about the student's class, curious to see the source of his confidence. Meanwhile, in an F-class labyrinth, a boy with a tambourine screams in terror as his team fights off swarms of flying monsters. A teammate tells the chanter to calm down and just provide buffs, but he is surrounded by F-class flame bats and violent cats. Another wave of beasts appears, vicious fangs and a star ferret, while in the E-class labyrinth, the team tends to their wounded. Kaiying Sheng unleashes a powerful attack, vowing to surpass Baiyi, but Baiyi stands alone, calm and ready for a fight. Inside the far more dangerous D-class labyrinth, a system window confirms the kill, granting Baiyi a burst of XP. He stands alone amidst the carnage, having wiped out the entire pack. But from the shadows, new horrors emerge, a pair of giant multi-eyed spiders. This pink-haired girl explains the monsters are sealed, using only half their strength, but she is still in awe of Baiyi's overwhelming power. He simply tells her not to compare herself to others, which seems to spark a new determination within her. Their instructor warns them not to get cocky in this D-class dungeon, giving them advice as their senior in the labyrinth. He then delegates the weaker monsters to the girl, Kaiyin, and the instructor fumes, seeing it as disrespect. But Baiyi just asks if she wants a good score. Fired up, Kaiyin accepts the challenge without hesitation. They stand in a cavern littered with bodies, facing a massive seal, and the instructor is seething with frustration. He decides to teach the kid a lesson, summoning a golden bow. Meanwhile, observers watch the simulation footage in disbelief. Stunned that Baiyi has cleared so many monsters alone, they speculate on his true level, knowing it is far beyond his official rank. Back in the dungeon, Kaiyin faces a massive beetle-like beast, unleashing a wall of thorny vines to trap it. She pushes her magic to its limit, as the vines constrict and poison her foe. With a cry of victory, she realizes she has succeeded again. Baiyi watches as Kaiyin handles the monsters on her own, realizing this is the perfect way to hide his true strength. But he knows the broadcast drones are watching his every move, and their arrogant senior is furious at being ignored. He decides to teach them a lesson, firing an arrow of light, but the arrow zips right past a confused Kaiyin, striking the ground and opening a dark chasm. She asks why he dodged her buff, but he just shrugs it off. From the darkness, a low growl echoes, and Baiyi whips around, sensing the new danger. A two-headed lion bursts from the pit, wreathed in flames, shattering her thorny restraints with ease. This beast looms over her, ready to attack, and she freezes in terror, thinking it is all over. This senior just smirks, enjoying the chaos he created. Suddenly, a skill activates, Swiftness, a 50% speed boost, as the flaming lion lunges forward to strike, but Baiyi appears in a flash, pushing her to safety. He lands between her and the monster, blade at the ready, wondering how this beast is moving so quickly. Their senior reveals he knows this labyrinth well, explaining this two-headed lion is a respawning monster. He admits his arrow enhanced the beast tenfold, sending it into a berserk rage with boosted stats. Baiyi grips his dagger, wondering if he must reveal his true power. Baiyi steps in front of Kaiyin, telling her to fall back, as a massive two-headed lion charges them down. But Kaiyin refuses to retreat, casting a vine wall spell, and thorny tendrils erupt from the ground to bind the beast. She pushes harder, shouting for another layer, trapping the monster in a cage of 3 powerful vine walls. Baiyi glances back, surprised by her strength, and Kaiyin asks to fight alongside him, vowing not to be a burden. Their senior guide is furious, thinking she has lost her mind, but Baiyi is impressed, noting how quickly she recovered. And she declares she has worked too hard to fail now. She smiles, trusting him to keep her safe. He warns her to conserve her elemental power, and he remembers the Kaiyin from his past life, a kind and responsible girl even with a powerful family. He lost track of her then, but now he knows he can trust her. He resolves to pass this test without revealing his true strength. but their senior scoffs, warning the vines will not hold for long, insisting that confidence alone cannot defeat this beast. He decides to wait until they are begging him for help, just as the lion breaks free, ready to teach them a lesson. Bai gives Kai Yin a plan. He will be the bait, and he dashes off, drawing the monster's full attention. This beast lunges, targeting him for the damage he dealt earlier, leading it straight toward the edge of a deep pool of water. Kai Yin now faces a massive two-headed lion, and the beast lets out a furious roar, but she commands her vines to constrict it. This monster is trapped, poisoned, and unable to break free. As the beast falls, Bai steps forward, declaring it is time to get the highest score. He tells Kai Yin to stay by the exit, but a sudden crack echoes through the cavern. As a three-headed lion shatters its magical chains, this massive beast charges right for them, and Kai Yin screams for him to watch out. But Bai is ready, unleashing his hidden power, switching to his S-rank Cloud Element Mage class. He unleashes a spell called Flash Freeze, and arcs of icy lightning erupt from his staff. Kai Yin is stunned by his red quality profession as he effortlessly freezes all three monsters at once. He explains the sealed monsters will now rush out, telling her he needs a larger area to fight. She understands immediately and begins to retreat. Just then, a new beast emerges from the darkness. A D-class Fierce Flame Leopard, level 12. Bai knows its power is halved from being sealed, and unleashes his Flash Freeze once more. His plan is to control them all first, freezing the very air. Bai switches to his Nucleo Warrior class. As a D-class fire, Sabretooth lunges from behind, but he is completely unfazed by the sneak attack. This beast closes in, ready for the kill, and Bai instantly switches back to Element Mage, trapping the monster in a prison of jagged ice. Kai Yin watches in disbelief, stunned by his class switching. Finally understanding why he needed the Element Room, he was training his resistance to wield this power. She remembers her own struggles with magic, realizing that control is far more important than raw strength. With perfect control, even basic skills become deadly, and he shatters the frozen beasts with a single thought. Her eyes widen, a new understanding dawning on her. He has already achieved complete mastery. She realizes with a heavy heart that he left them behind long ago. Her frustration melts away into admiration, and she cannot help but blush, thinking he is so cool. But then the ground begins to tremble. As the Spirit Jade Labyrinth Lord finally appears, Bai's eyes glow, ready for the true boss. This massive mammoth charges forward with terrifying force, and Bai switches back to Nucleo Warrior once more, telling the beast it is something he needs. He stands alone, ready to face the behemoth head-on. He lands a devastating critical hit on the mammoth, his blade slicing deep into the beast's flesh. As the towering monster stumbles behind him, he knows even a sealed boss is no match for his power, and the mammoth thrashes in agony, charging forward with blind fury. Its massive feet shatter the cavern floor, but Bai unleashes a storm of critical strikes, leaving the beast staggering and broken. His eyes ignite with a golden flame as he channels a new, powerful skill, activating his 1-against-100 title. This mammoth lets out one final, desperate roar, but the battle is already over. Bai dismisses the lingering energy with a flick of his wrist, his gaze fixed on the boss's rare drop. It is the Resonant Kingston's, the very item he came for. His victory brings a massive level up for both his classes, and he confirms his mage class is now D rank 2. His title even upgrades to one-man army, boosting his solo stats. Kai Yin walks through the silent battlefield in total shock, and Bai turns to face her. He asks if she remembers his earlier words, but she is just confused, leveling up from the shared X. Meanwhile, the instructors panic over the massive energy spike. An instructor confronts their arrogant senior, who shouts that the dungeon seal is broken. This instructor rushes off to help, but the senior just laughs, calling it karma. This rescue team bursts in, screaming for Bai and Kai Yin, only to find them standing there completely unharmed. Bai asks why the teachers are even here, and they realize the seal is perfectly intact. A teacher hopes the other students are okay. Meanwhile, the arrogant senior meets with the vice captain, asking if he has secured the last spot on the team. But the vice captain apologizes, the spot is already taken. This senior is stunned, demanding to know who was chosen, grabbing the man and shouting about his own qualifications. This vice captain says they found someone more valuable, as a woman named Enlu reveals her interest in Bai. Elsewhere, two men share a meal at a small stall. An investigator warns his companion to stay out of trouble, and the scruffy man slurps his noodles, agreeing. But his eyes hold a dangerous glint as the investigator tells him not to worry. Just then, the investigator's phone starts to ring, an annoying call from his superior. He leaves, telling the man to go home early, but the man's eyes glow red with a sinister promise. Bai is surrounded by a forest of monstrous plants, unleashing a powerful skill, a sweeping arc of his blade carving through the horde with green energy. This skill's name echoes through the cavern, Sanctuary. A golden light erupts, wiping them all out, and he is bathed in the glow of victory, his focus unwavering as he recovers his strength. A system alert appears. He only has 20 minutes left. He knows he has to finish the boss quickly. He sprints deeper into the labyrinth's heart, sensing a powerful presence looming above. Suddenly, he stops hearing something, as a volley of energy spikes shoots from the darkness, revealing the D-Class Lord Yi Wuming. This golem is silent, gathering its power, and it activates a powerful self-healing skill, its stone body regenerating in an instant. Then it traps Bai Yi with thorny vines from the ground, but our boy remains completely unfazed. Just then, another monster stirs, this very beast he already killed arising again. He knows a D-Class Lord cannot resurrect others, and a dark vortex of energy begins to form, catching him completely off guard. A bloody claw slams into its target, piercing straight through Baiya's side. He realizes with dawning horror, there is not one boss but two. This twin lords stand together, one fully healed. But Baiya's resolve does not waver for a second. Outside the labyrinth, the clock nears 1 a.m., and the entrance officially closes for the night, as a storm rages on. His mother worries, unable to reach him by phone. Fearing the worst, she decides to go find him herself. But out in the pouring rain, someone else arrives. A familiar, menacing presence. It is his abusive stepfather, armed with a knife. Furious, they have found a new place to live. His eyes burn with a terrifying rage just as his mother reaches the building's exit. She freezes, sensing the danger outside, her face filled with pure terror. Meanwhile, Bai Yi is still fighting for his life. Facing the fifth wave of endless monsters, a blood-devouring flower lunges to attack, and he cuts it down with a single golden slash, but he knows killing them is pointless. He has to find the source of their resurrection. Baiya's eyes narrow, his focus absolute, and he unleashes a furious assault on the golem, landing a series of devastating critical hits. But the beast's wounds seal up instantly, as its twin continues to channel healing energy. He knows his attacks are useless while the healer lives, wondering what could be fueling such powerful magic. Suddenly, the golem's eyes flash, and it lunges forward with blinding speed. He parries the blow just in time. Realizing the monster is learning his moves as they fight, this golem grabs him, admitting his strength, and Baiya finally sees the source of its power, a giant tree. He breaks free, dodging its next attack, as the monster panics, confirming his theory. He knows if he can destroy the tree, he can finally end this fight. He switches classes on the fly, ignoring the monster's desperate cries. He unleashes a blast of ice magic, freezing both lords in their tracks. Then he switches back to Nucleo Warrior, his blade ready to strike, shattering the icy prison with a single blow and leaving the golem completely defenseless. This first boss dissolves into nothingness, but its twin shatters the ice prison. And Bai Yi tells the beast it is the only one left. This monster's eye glows with a strange light as it towers over the wounded boy, but instead of fighting, it begs him for death, and Bai Yi realizes it cannot live without its brother. He prepares to grant its final wish, striking it down and earning a burst of X. This boss drops a strange crescent-shaped item, and with the battle over, the dungeon's exit reopens. A system alert confirms his Flora element is maxed out, and he wonders what new class he will unlock. He is granted the title of Flora Element Summoner, but he is disappointed it is only a blue-colored class. He checks the skills for this new profession, learning he can sign contracts with monster souls. This idea of a spirit contract catches his eye as he sees the lingering souls of the twin lords. He immediately activates his new ability, reaching out to the two ghostly forms and beckons them to his side. Meanwhile, his stepfather waits in the pouring rain. Annoyed by a sudden late-night phone call, he answers, surprised to hear from an officer. This stepfather gets an exciting offer, a chance to rejoin the guild. He hangs up the phone with a wicked grin, declaring it is a truly great day. Now he is off to find his dear sister. Baiya's mother stands at the door, worried sick. When Baiya suddenly appears with an umbrella, she looks up, completely startled. And he just smiles, telling her they are going home. He gives her a gift, a beautiful bracelet. Realizing he went out just for her, she knows her son is hiding things from her. As Baiya lies in bed reviewing his 3 classes, he knows his stepfather will be released soon, and he prepared 2 magical items just in case. Hiding is no longer an option. He has to end this threat for good. So he dives into a hidden labyrinth, grinding for power, emerging stronger and vowing to keep growing. But then a new notification appears. He has earned the title Lone Wolf Hero, leaving him wondering what it means. Back at school, an announcement is made as the teacher reveals the final assessment results. A student gasps someone received an unbelievable honor. Baiya considers his future, knowing he will soon meet a powerful group, and he remembers a friend's tearful goodbye, another vowing he always knew Baiya would shine. Elsewhere, a different conversation begins in the dean's office. This dean asks a student if he is sure about his decision, offering him a chance to join a training pilgrimage with his father, but the young man just clenches his fist, refusing to go because he did not qualify on his own merit. This dean seems impressed by his student's pride, but the boy has a different request in mind, asking for access to the sealed D-Class labyrinth. He is determined to become stronger on his own terms. Meanwhile, in the principal's office, there is shouting, as the arrogant senior demands to go on the pilgrimage. But the principal, Zai Yunqing, scolds him for his impulsiveness, demanding to know why he sabotaged the combat test. He calls him out for endangering the junior students, slamming his hand down, asking if he thought they were fools. An immense pressure bears down on the terrified senior, so powerful it seems to crack the very floor. He collapses to his knees, begging for forgiveness. This principal's eyes glow as he orders him to stand, and the senior can only stammer in fear. This principal reveals his actions had an unintended consequence. They put Baiya directly on the radar of the higher-ups. This principal gives the senior a final warning, and the arrogant student eagerly agrees. He clenches his fist, vowing revenge on Baiyi and fantasizing about the woman who rejected him. Back in class, a friend of Baiyi's is stunned. He is holding an invitation to the elite school squad. This entire class buzzes with the news. Shocked that a junior is being scouted by seniors, his friend is moved to tears by Baiyi's success. But Baiyi just walks over and takes the card. He approaches the classroom trash can and simply drops the prestigious invitation inside. This other students erupt in disbelief, calling him crazy, but he just turns and leaves without a word. His classmates are left completely speechless. A friend tells the others they do not understand Baiyi, explaining he would never join someone else's team. He knows Baiyi is destined to be a leader. Baiyi arrives at the deserted D-class labyrinth entrance, where the student from the dean's office waits for him. Baiyi calmly agrees to enter, but his new partner snaps, saying he will not be a burden. Baiyi remembers their deal, training in exchange for access. He never expected to get access to all of them, as his partner is knocked aside by a powerful beast. In a flashback, Baiyi offers help to a struggling student, but the boy pridefully tells him to get away. Back in the present, Baiyi sits at a table with a gift. As his mother smiles warmly at him, he looks down at the box and slowly begins to untie the ribbon. He pulls out a scarf and a note wishing him courage, and suddenly everything clicks into place. He asks if she knew about his trip to Nation, and her knowing smile is all the answer he needs. He realizes she has known his secrets all along. He recalls telling her he did not have friends. The scene shifts to his school classroom, where a flashy figurine sits on his desk. He stares at it completely baffled, as a classmate proudly presents his birthday gift. But another friend steps in, calling the first gift tacky, and places his own more thoughtful present down. Baiyi is stunned. It is an original tape of his favorite movie. A memory surfaces of them watching band films together, and his friend tells him to keep it safe. Baiyi carefully slides the tape into his desk. Turning back with a genuine smile of thanks, his friend just grins back, happy with the reaction. Just then, a girl with pink hair approaches his desk. A girl wishes him a happy birthday, offering him a gift, and his friends are stunned. It is an rank mage weapon. Baiyi is completely taken aback by the gesture, pushing the gift back, saying he cannot accept it. But internally, he knows he needs this power, realizing she must have noticed his weak mage gear. He is touched that they all remembered his birthday. As his friends gossip about his relationship with the girl, she overhears their whispers, startling them both. While Baiyi reminds himself not to form any attachments, but he turns to them, inviting everyone to dinner, smiling as he insists it is his treat. His friends cheer, excited for the celebration. Just then, someone notices a group of older students, and Baiyi wonders why they are here. He sees them heading straight for his classroom. A rumor spreads the elite squad's captain has arrived, and she is here to personally recruit Baiyi. Others only know her by her rumored beauty. Sighing, Baiyi stands up to refuse in person, walking off as his friends anticipate some drama. Students gather on the balconies to watch the scene unfold, and among them is the arrogant senior from the combat test. He seethes with jealousy over Baiyi's recognition, his crew standing off against the approaching elite students. Baiyi walks confidently down the school hallway when a sudden flash of golden light erupts, zapping the students around him in an instant and catching him completely off guard. This entire corridor fills with crackling energy. As a massive beam descends from above, he is momentarily blinded by the intense light, while the other students are thrown back by the force. But Baiyi quickly realizes it was just a feint, summoning his weapon with a burst of green energy. He stands ready, his blade glowing with power, preparing to counter the real attack. He lunges forward through the chaos, sensing the true threat is coming from behind him. This other students are stunned by his incredible speed. As a woman appears, crackling with golden energy, Baiyi peeks around a corner, startled by her presence, deflecting a powerful arc of light with his fist. This woman praises his quick reaction, leaving Baiyi completely on edge. This mysterious woman glows with immense power, and Baiyi watches her, still shocked by the ambush. He parries another golden energy slash, as she confirms he is the one she was looking for. Just then, another girl appears, running for a hug. A squad member playfully asks her captain for a lift, reaching out to a red-hooded teammate for help, but he just gets flustered, telling her to get healed first. Back in the hallway, the captain says she came in person. As Baiyi walks toward her, his friends watching in awe, they whisper, wondering if he will really reject her publicly. She reaches out to introduce herself, but he walks right past and pulls her into a sudden, shocking embrace. This pink-haired girl watches, completely stunned, and the arrogant senior absolutely seethes with rage. This captain seems to recognize him, saying a name. As Baiyi whispers that it has been a long time, this entire hallway watches the unexpected reunion unfold, leaving the powerful captain completely speechless. His friends absolutely lose their minds over the gossip, while the girl who gave him a gift is left frozen in shock. Golden energy crackles around Baiyi's arm, but he seems completely unfazed by her power. She asks if his embrace means he accepts her invitation. She lays out the benefits of joining her elite squad, and Baiyi listens, his expression unreadable. Before flatly refusing to join any school club, he gently lets go of her hand, then offers his own, announcing he will start his own guild soon. He smiles, promising they will fight together one day. A classmate excitedly greets the woman, Hila. She tells Baiyi they will meet on the pilgrimage, promising they can have a proper chat then, and she wants to know why he said long time no see. She walks away, leaving him to ponder her words. Nearby, the arrogant senior watches with a scowl. Other students gossip about Baiyi's guild plans, doubting he has the money or status to pull it off. Baiyi never expected to meet his old comrade here, remembering the Divine Guild's code of secrecy. He almost missed this reunion entirely, but a small smile crosses his face. He considers this a welcome birthday surprise. Later, he meets his friends at a barbecue shop. This four of them sit together in a booth. As his two friends argue over who chose the restaurant, one of them asks if he is serious about the guild. And the girl wonders about his high school plans. Baiyi confirms he is leaving for Shang Nation. His friends are stunned, thinking he is dropping out, but he clarifies he is just going to school there. This mood at the table instantly shifts. Meanwhile, at the luxurious Kaiban Hotel, a man in uniform greets an arriving VIP. It is Hong Bing, the head chief of the Divine Guild. A man in a white coat walks into a tense gathering, as a guild member looks on in utter disbelief. Two others watch from the sidelines, smirking knowingly. Everyone wonders how Bai Ling Sheng got out of jail, questioning why he was released from his sentence early. A subordinate explains he paid double the bail money, and the vice captain can barely contain his fury. He demands to know why the criminal is at the captain's party. His partner whispers that it is a rare chance to rejoin the guild. This stepfather presents a bag of valuable ghost crystals, but his offering is violently smashed to the floor. This captain grabs him by the collar, questioning his audacity, telling him to take his useless junk and get out. Meanwhile, back at home, a new threat emerges. Baiyi's summoned beasts are too low-level to last long, as one of the twin lords stands to protect his mother. This rejected stepfather appears, crackling with red energy. He strikes down the summoned beast, which begs him not to leave. This stepfather calls the creature an annoying thing, turning his blade on Baiyi's mother next. He leaps into the air, grabbing her by the hair, but the summoned beast is not finished yet. It unleashes a wave of vines, trapping the attacker, leaving Baiyi's mother frozen in absolute terror. Heeding the beast's cry, she finally turns and flees for her life. His floor element summon erupts with green energy, while its twin unleashes a furious red assault, but the attack triggers a painful memory. His mother cornered by his stepfather. He remembers the man striking her down and snatching the pendant Baiyi's father gave her. This look of pure terror on her face, and in the present, Baiyi vows this ends now. He remembers his younger self begging him to stop, tied up and forced to watch the brutal beating. His stepfather's face twisted with rage and jealousy, as the boy screamed for him to leave his mom alone. His desperate pleas went completely unheard, leaving him to cry out in helpless agony. As he watched his mother fall to the floor, that was the day the demon in his heart was born. This day, something inside him finally snapped, forced to witness the unspeakable horror. A part of his childhood shattered forever, and the trauma triggered a second-class advancement. His basic class evolved into the Nucleo Holy Swordsman, his eyes burning with a new, terrifying light, as he faced the monster who created him. In that moment, he completely lost control, grabbing the chains that bound him with raw power. This memory echoes his darkest secret. This day he took his stepfather's life, but even then he was too late to save his mother. Left alone with his grief and rage, in this life he stares down the monster again, vowing he will not be a step too late. His stepfather stumbles back in utter shock. As Baiyi summons his blade, ready for a real fight, he perfectly parries the man's clumsy strike, sending the reflected force slamming back at him. This stepfather coughs up blood, enraged. Realizing Baiyi is wielding his stolen Kunwu blade, his mother watches in terror, guarded by his summons, and Baiyi orders them to get her to safety. This stepfather just smirks, finding it all interesting. Piecing together Baiyi's dual elemental class, he erupts in laughter, praising his stepson's talent. But Baiyi's gaze remains cold as ice. This man warns that talent alone is not enough. Gathering his own crackling red energy, he rants about Baiyi's unforgivable sins, screaming at him for daring to disobey. He unleashes a devastating wave of power, and his mother screams for him to be careful. But Baiyi just raises his hand, calm and ready. Baiyi faces his stepfather, encased in ice, who boasts about his C-class battlefield experience. He shatters the ice with red energy, screaming about his authority, but Baiyi calmly summons his glowing blade. He meets the man's attack with a powerful upward swing, his eyes filled with cold determination. This sword slices right through the stepfather's leg defense, who stares in disbelief as his guard is broken. This blade plunges deep into his chest, and he collapses, questioning Baiyi's E-class power. Baiyi stands over him, radiating a dark aura, declaring they are no longer father and son. With cold eyes, he says the man is nothing to him now. This stepfather coughs, clutching his wound, then erupts into manic laughter on the ground. He screams about being the one who supported the family, yelling that Baiyi can never escape his name. He lunges forward, calling him an ungrateful son, but Baiyi dodges and delivers a swift kick to the face. This man tumbles violently across the pavement. As Baiyi closes the distance in an instant, he effortlessly blocks the stepfather's desperate punch, leaving the man completely stunned by his weakness. He remembers his rank, a C-class red. Just as Baiyi's final blow sends him flying, Baiyi grabs his stepfather by the hair, demanding an answer, snarling that the man is no match for him now. A memory surfaces of his stepfather's cruel words, calling him a good-for-nothing piece of trash. His mother watches in horror, whispering his name, as the pathetic man begs him to wait to stop. He even dares to bring up the word family, and Baiyi explodes with rage at the hypocrisy. He screams, asking where that family was during the beatings. His memories come flooding back in a painful rush, this feeling of his ear being twisted, His head smashed against the wall again and again. He remembers begging for mercy as his mother watched helpless. This sound of his own screams echoing in his mind. And now this monster wants to talk about family, asking if a man like him even deserves one. This stepfather lies broken on the floor, slowly pushing himself up, stammering an apology. He promises he was wrong, that he will never do it again, looking up at Baiyi, terrified and pleading, but a strange glint appears in the man's eye. As a golden light activates a skill judgment square, this night outside the apartment grows still. Back inside, Baiyi orders his summons to heal his mother, and one of the beasts reassures him she is safe now. Baiyi kneels before his mother, relieved he made it in time. And she smiles warmly, insisting she is fine, but he knows that is not enough, vowing to get her another pendant. Suddenly, they both look up in utter shock, asking each other if they just spoke out loud. Baiyi realizes with a grin it was not an inner voice. His mother is stunned, able to speak for the first time in years. A summoned beast explains he healed her nerve damage. This summon sadly asks if its master really has to leave, but Baiyi just entrusts his mother to their care. He knows she is aware of his training pilgrimage, but there is a crucial detail she does not know, that he is no longer the boy she thinks he is. He holds the invitation, ready to reach his goal ahead of schedule. Walking with his mom, he wonders if he will even return alive, feeling like this is a one-way ticket, but it is a journey he knows he must take. His mother suddenly checks the time, startling him. She smiles, saying it is time for the annual prayer. Baiyi remembers her devotion to the Flora goddess, and decides he will just slip away quietly in the morning. After all, he has never been good at saying goodbye. Elsewhere, a doctor reports a successful surgery to a worried couple, whose parents are overcome with gratitude. This patient, one of Baiyi's friends, just looks annoyed by the fuss. His mother scolds him for trying to move, but he is just frustrated he cannot see Baiyi off. This next day, at the Shank train platform, families share tearful goodbyes with the students. Baiyi tells his friends to head back, downplaying the trip, but they wave him off as he heads for the train. On the platform, a white-haired boy stands alone, completely separate from the other students. A teacher asks why his parents are not there to see him off, but he just deflects, saying the train is coming. She seems surprised by his independence, and his expression darkens as he agrees. Just then, the high-speed train arrives, and he thinks to himself he is used to being alone. This is a familiar feeling for him, remembering a past trauma, crying over his fallen mother. He remembers hearing about a friend's death and being told another person would never return. He recalls the desperate screams of his comrades, realizing his whole life has been one long farewell. He has grown numb to losing everyone he cares about, leaving him standing alone with his own shadow. This teacher announces it is time to board the train, and the boy watches the others with a cold gaze. He takes a step forward, ready for the journey. A voice suddenly calls out his name, and Baiyi's eyes snap wide in surprise, turning around at the train station. He is still not used to having people who care. His friends and mother are there to see him off, explaining they had to sneak Lin Lu out of the hospital. Baiyi worries for his friend's health, but he is waved off, as Lin Lu just tells him to be safe on his journey. His other friend hands him a bag of clothes and food, while the girl tells him to just take their gifts. His mother then offers him a special bracelet, a protective charm from the Flora temple. He realizes she must have known he was leaving. A teacher calls for all students to board the train, and Baiyi prepares for the difficult goodbye. He reflects on this past month since his return, clenching his fist with a silent promise to come back. Meanwhile, a man watches the train depart from a rooftop, confirming Baiyi is on his way to Shang Nation. He is a master from the Flora Temple sect, who declares that from now on it is all up to Baiyi. On the train, his friend explains their travel plans as their teacher officially begins the pilgrimage. They will stop at the border for a field training exercise, and the girl looks over at a focused Baiyi. A new face smirks, promising a big show at the border. A high-speed train races toward the Shang Nation, where a guide explains the world was created by gods. These gods' families hold immense power, and to enter their nation, they must pass 3 checkpoints. This first checkpoint is already behind them, and only those with an official invitation can proceed. This second checkpoint lies right at the border, where guards line the platform, watching them disembark. Everyone must register for a comprehensive security check, a process that will take an entire day to complete. After the check, the pink-haired girl compliments Baiyi's new look, and other students recognize him as the boy who rejected the captain. 2 C-class students flirtatiously ask to join him, but a cocky senior dismisses his school achievements, introducing himself as Zhang Jun, a C-class astro warrior. This girls immediately switch their attention to him, leaving Baiyi to watch their shallow display completely unfazed. This guide addresses the gathered students, calling them the school's elite. She smiles, ready to repeat the rules for their training, but the students impatiently shout that they already know them. Zhang Jun and his group rush off, eager for a hunt. Nearby, the man from before watches with his own crew, a sinister smirk playing on his lips, as the captain of the Shounen team awaits their arrival. Students complain about the elite squad's special privileges, while a stern-looking man gives orders to his masked subordinate. Elsewhere, a student in a suit viciously tears through a monster, earning cheers for his impressive C-class power. Baiyi watches from a distance, completely unfazed, reviewing his own stats. All 3 classes are now C-class. His Nucleo warrior abilities have reached a new peak, and his Flora element summons are stronger than ever. But he is stuck, needing to fight higher-level monsters to progress. And the wild barren zone is filled with weaklings. Killing them provides almost no experience points, but for other students, a D-class spider is a deadly threat, a monster they are completely unprepared to face. One of them is poisoned, screaming for an antidote just as Bai appears ready to confront the beast. He ignores the loot, already searching for a greater challenge. Venturing deep into the jungle as night falls, he finds a magic crystal, but its power has been drained. And the trees around him are withered and lifeless. He wonders what kind of creature could absorb so much energy, until he reaches a dead end at a massive waterfall. Standing in the eerie silence, he senses something is wrong, then notices a broken container on the ground, a strange device leaking a mysterious green substance. Meanwhile, another group of students camps nearby, celebrating their hunt. Their teacher explains that wilderness survival is key. But a student complains about eating monster meat. This teacher and the pink-haired girl do not seem to mind, as the group realizes Baya still has not returned. This girl decides to save some food for him and his friend. She praises her teacher's skills, who reveals a past dream to join the Divine Guild, but she was not strong enough. She confesses this is her first trip to Shang Nation, thanking them and Baiyi for the opportunity. But as the girl speaks, red eyes glow in the darkness, and the teacher's expression turns to pure terror. She shoves the student out of the way of a sudden attack, taking a green spike straight through her chest. This pink-haired girl screams her teacher's name, splattered with blood. This other students can only stare in horror at the unseen threat. Elsewhere, Bai is sprinting back, sensing the danger. He remembers the broken container he discovered earlier, as the dying teacher tells her students to run for help. She clutches the spike, urging them to find the nearest guild. A terrifying B-class insected monster emerges from the shadows. A data file identifies it as a high-risk lab escapee. This scene flashes back to earlier that morning, where a lone figure stews in the barren zone, revealed to be Zhang Jun, the cocky senior from before. He holds the monster's container, enraged that Bai Yi stole his limelight. A monstrous insect absorbs nutrients from the ground, its terrifying red eyes glowing with hunger. The students are wounded and terrified, their teacher bleeding heavily, and Bai Yi knows he might not be strong enough to win. Fighting means exposing his dual classes to the gods as the teacher clutches her grievous wound, her mind racing with what to do. This beast looms over the fallen students, craving the delicious nutrients they offer. A horrifying appendage extends from its mouth, targeting the paralyzed pink-haired girl. It towers over its next victim, ready to feed, crushing a crystal in its powerful jaws, but the teacher forces herself up, vowing to protect her students. This monster turns its attention to her, intrigued, its long tongue whipping through the air. This appendage opens into a terrifying, tooth-filled maw, descending upon the helpless woman, but in a flash of movement, a green energy blade slices through the attack. This teacher looks up in disbelief, seeing Bai Yi standing before her. He blocks the monster's strike with a powerful barrier, shattering its deadly maw into pieces. This beast recoils in complete shock. Bai Yi catches his injured teacher, his blade glowing green. A massive insected monster towers over them, forcing him to switch to his unstable cloud element. In an instant, the beast is frozen solid in ice, and the other students can only stare in disbelief. They are shocked a nucleo warrior could freeze a B-class monster. Until one of them realizes the impossible truth, he is a dual elementalist. Bai Yi knows his secret is out, but he had no choice. This teacher struggles to her feet, worried for him, just as the ice prison begins to crack and splinter. This monster's eyes glow from within the shattering ice, a warning that this fight is not over yet. But as the ice breaks, the creature inside dissolves, vanishing into nothing before their very eyes. The students are stunned, wondering if it is truly dead. But Bai Yi knows he only wounded it, that it is hiding now. He warns them to evacuate while they still can. This teacher refuses to leave, telling the others to go on, explaining that one student, Xiling, is still missing. She clutches her wound, vowing to bring everyone back safely. They had a rendezvous planned, and she will not abandon him. Bai Yi holds the broken container, realizing this was no accident, and a memory surfaces of a masked figure from his past. He remembers a simpler time, sharing a meal with a friend, another life where he was a captain, respected and strong. A masked man jokes with his captain about his appetite, while another student is suddenly paralyzed by a strange green energy, and the pink-haired girl recognizes the canister's logo. It is from her family's company. From the shadows of the forest, a jealous student watches, remembering his moment of violent rage, wishing he'd just thrown the dangerous containers away. But instead, he blames everything on Bai Yi. Back at the camp, an injured teacher urges her student to flee, giving her a distress beacon to call for help. But a sudden blast destroys the device in her hands, and Bai Yi's eyes snap wide with alarm. This girl cries out in pain, her hand bleeding, as their only hope for rescue is reduced to smoking rubble. She stares at her bloody palm in shock, while Bai Yi's expression turns to cold fury. At that moment, a canister is tossed into another student group, releasing a thick cloud of green gas. They choke on the fumes, identifying it as paralysis powder. As a lone figure emerges from the toxic mist, this canister lands perfectly in their midst, its contents billowing out with terrifying speed. The students cover their faces, coughing and collapsing, while the gas-masked man walks calmly through the chaos. Bai Yi stands engulfed in the green haze, his face obscured. As the attacker whispers that this is all Bai Yi's fault, this gas-masked student blames Bai Yi for everything. As the others recognize the attacker as Xiling, Baiyi's aura flares, facing him down, asking if he plans to kill everyone here. This green mist thickens around them, and the students begin to collapse from exhaustion. One of them identifies the B-class paralysis powder, questioning why he would use it on his own classmates. Zai Ling stands silently in the toxic haze, his eyes glaring through the mask. He screams that this was all for his moment of glory, a moment that Baiyi completely ruined. He draws an energy bow, his rage boiling over, aiming directly at our boy in the clearing. But the injured teacher steps between them, pleading with Zai Ling to stop. She begs him not to make another mistake, asking if releasing the monster was just an accident. He screams back that it is too late, that she is lying to him. This teacher feels the B-class powder taking hold, about to lose consciousness. A memory flashes of a lethal strike, and a student tells her that Baiyi is right. Baiyi declares that Zai Ling's actions are irreversible. This teacher looks on, horrified by his cold resolve. His adrenaline spikes, recalling a masked man from his past, as he screams at Zai Ling for betraying his own people. Baiyi unleashes a spinning blade of light, shattering the attacker's energy whip. His face is splattered with blood, his eyes burning with rage, as he sends the masked man flying back. This man screams as his mask shatters, and Baiyi recognizes the face of a traitor. Betrayal is something he can never forgive. Zhang Jun, the cocky senior, is revealed, and Baiyi's gaze is pure ice. He drives his glowing blade straight through the traitor's chest, who screams in agony, calling him a lunatic. He blames Baiyi for everything, tears streaming down his face. Blood drips from Baiyi's golden blade, as he realizes Zhang Jun was hiding here all along. This traitor stammers, completely terrified, trying to explain he was just scared of the monster. But Baiyi raises his sword, done with excuses, and Zhang Jun clutches his bleeding mouth in horror. Baiyi tells him to face the consequences of his actions. He prepares to deliver the final blow, activating a skill that strips away all magic power. Zhang Jun is engulfed in a vortex of golden energy, as Baiyi watches without a shred of pity. But just then, a massive shadow looms over them. This B-class monster has returned, its eyes glowing with rage. This teacher and Baiyi attack the monster together, but Baiyi senses something is off, parrying a brutal strike from the insectoid, this force of the blow sending him flying back. This teacher's attack is completely blocked, and Baiyi screams her name in alarm as the beast lands a devastating hit. He uses a guard skill to block the damage. Knowing they cannot hold out for much longer, this other students are down and the teacher is wounded. But she forces herself to her feet, ready to fight, declaring they must break its defense now. A memory surfaces of a past lesson, where he learned that retreat is not an option. He remembers a strategy, the rat-luring plan, where one person draws all the enemy's attention, and Baiyi puts the plan into action, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This teacher trusts him, vowing to keep his secret, just as reinforcements finally arrive. This 26th squad from the Gods Guild. Their leader is stunned to find the B-rank monster defeated, as his team tends to the wounded students. A teacher comforts the terrified pink-haired girl, and the squad leader praises Baiyi and his teacher's incredible feat. This rescued students thank Baiyi for saving their lives, and their leader offers a handshake in gratitude. Elsewhere, another team tends to their injured captain, who simply brushes off their concerns about her rushing in. Her squad boasts about her golden-class genius, but she admits she just witnessed a true prodigy. She watches Baiyi, calling him a man of mystery, while our boy's expression remains as stoic as ever. A headcount reveals one student is still missing, as the broken canister lies abandoned in the wilderness. That missing student, Zhang Jun, runs in terror, screaming that the monster he released should be hunting the others. A sickening crunch echoes through the darkness, as the beast lets out a satisfied chuckle. Back on the Gods Guild train, Baiyi reviews his gains, planning to use his contract ability on the monster's corpse. He has leveled up his mage class, but B rank is still far away. His Cloud Mage stats show a massive power increase, and his core warrior abilities are equally impressive. His Flower Summoner class details his growing contract limit, but he knows he needs stronger monsters to keep progressing. This train speeds along the coast, entering a tunnel, and with a sudden clank of the tracks, they finally emerge into the Holy He Kingdom. This long journey is finally over. This train screeches to a halt, as Baiyi thinks of his return to Shang Nation, announcing to himself that he is finally back. A memory of his enemies flashes in his mind. Arriving in the eastern border territory, the students marvel at the massive academy station. Walking through the crowd of the world's richest country, they have officially arrived in the Shang Nation. This academy's dean welcomes them for a tour, but Baiyi knows this is where his enemy graduated, and that the masked man, Chris, is a student here now. He steels himself for their inevitable meeting. This dean introduces a statue of a creation god, Cadmus Thebes, and the students stare up in awe. They buzz with excitement about the divine clan. As the dean recounts the legend of Cadmus slaying a demon dragon, he boasts that the academy is #1 in the world, and the girls realize Baiyi must have a plan to stay here. Suddenly, a man rushes to the pink-haired girl, calling her Your Highness, and she turns around, confused by the sudden attention. This academy dean bows respectfully to the man, who reveals her father has collapsed from exhaustion. She immediately runs towards a waiting car, leaving the other students stunned by her mysterious background. This car speeds away from the station, A long black limo pulls up to the academy, shocking the students with its sheer luxury. A man in a suit steps out to open the door. As a stylish figure makes their entrance, a group of 5 elite-looking students emerges from the car, introduced as part of a joint training program from a private academy. This local students are stunned by how fashionable they are, but their leader dismisses any formal introductions. He smirks, assuming they are just commoners from an affiliated country, leaving the visiting students completely confused. A local teacher asks in surprise if only 5 of them came, and the private school students burst out laughing, calling them bumpkins. Their leader proudly declares they are from noble families, with educational resources far beyond their level. He explains their academy only has 5 students, something he claims public school kids would not understand. He gets in a student's face, boasting about his future at the Divine Military Academy, repeating that all the school's resources are for them alone. His classmates look on with utter disdain until one of the visitors finally snaps back at the disrespect. But the cocky student just boasts about his C10 class level, leaving his opponent speechless and intimidated. Another student tries to defend their group's honor, but the elites just laugh, bragging about clearing a D-class dungeon. A girl from their group scoffs that the visitors have probably never even seen one. Baiyi recalls the title of Divine Blessed, this highest status a commoner could achieve in his past life, but it meant becoming nothing more than a dog for the gods. He vows never to live that life of servitude again, just as a sudden noise draws the student's attention. A futuristic aircraft, a vehicle of the Divine Clan, descends from the sky, kicking up a massive cloud of steam as it lands. A man's silhouette appears in the mist, confirming the students are all present. He introduces himself as Lin Feng from the Thebes family. He announces he is looking for one person in particular, Baiyi. This other students are completely baffled by this development, and our boy steps forward to face the unexpected visitor. Lin Feng identifies him as the one who cleared a D-class labyrinth alone, explaining that the Divine Clan is very interested in his performance. The students erupt in disbelief over the news, an invitation from the Divine Clan, but Baiyi's expression remains cold and distant, his mind flashing back to the official history of their world, how humanity was saved by the gods and in return offered them eternal worship. These gods bestowed knowledge and power, establishing new laws, and even united with humans to have children. Their direct descendants became the ruling class, the Divine Clan. This is the history everyone is taught, a world under the gods' rule. A student excitedly asks if they can come along to the Great Hunt, and Lin Feng smiles, extending the invitation to all students present. 2 onlookers comment on their destination, a place for nobles only. A man in a suit smiles, telling everyone to follow him. They arrive at the Thebes family's territory, the floating sky city. Baiyi learns his performance caught the family's attention, but he wonders why they are meeting at the Great Hunt. This group enters a magnificent hall like a private museum. His classmates are in awe of the Divine Clan's home, but Baiyi's gaze is cold, ready to face them again. This hall is lined with the Thebes elite security team. 3 men stand before a painting, noting their arrival. One of them speaks of art as humanity's only legacy, revealing himself as Xin Thebes, the first in-line heir. He believes that creating ruins is an art in itself. A student yells at his classmate to bow and show respect. As Baiyi recognizes the heir as the son of the world's most powerful god, Xin Thebes walks past them without a glance. This participants gather before a massive energy barrier, while in a viewing area, nobles rise on floating chairs. This twin grandsons of the Ode family watch with interest. Along with a young woman named Alice Jin, Baiyi notes the presence of other powerful families. This guide steps forward to announce the start of the Great Hunt, explaining it takes place in a massive enclosed arena. This Awakened will fight C-class monsters captured by the Divine Guild, earning points for every kill to determine their final rank. This students realize the C-class monsters are on their level, calling anyone who signed up incredibly brave. As the teacher and her group watch with concern, this announcer explains the hunt coincides with a festival, and the Thebes family has prepared a generous reward. He gestures for this year's participants to take the stage. As the massive arena opens before them, 12 contestants are introduced from various nations, with rumors of S-rank gear for the winner, but some would rather just stay alive, while Baiyi stands unfazed by the surrounding fear. This heir, Xin Thebes, calls out to him directly, taunting him about his past D-class labyrinth clear. His expression is pure condescension, demanding Baiyi kill a C-class monster to prove himself. This other students are shocked by the impossible request, but his teacher's group believes he can do it. She suddenly looks horrified, realizing something is wrong, but Baiyi just smirks, asking to join the Great Hunt. Xin Thebes watches him with a silent, calculating gaze. This crowd erupts in disbelief at his audacity, and the noble twins mock his confidence. Another young noble scoffs at the display. As Baiyi sees this as his only chance to reach B-class, he knows 3 members of the Divine Clan are watching him now. Baiyi's eyes glow, promising the nobles the performance of their lives, but a woman raises her hand wanting to join in, and a green-haired man volunteers as well. His classmates look on, completely stunned by this turn. This other students are baffled by their decision to join. As an official confirms they meet the C-class requirement, Xin Thebes finds it interesting, granting their request to participate. This private school students mock them for being impatient, and one of the cocky elites decides to participate too. An official warns him there is no escape if things go wrong, but the student scoffs at the danger of a C-class monster. He declares they cannot possibly be worse than the visiting students. This number of participants suddenly increases by 8. In the viewing area, the Ode twins find this amusing. Another noble asks who everyone is betting on. This twins immediately bet $1 million on the private academy elites. A voice from above finds the situation interesting, and Zin Thebes declares he is betting on Baiyi. This others are shocked, the white-haired loser. This twins burst out laughing at his choice. One of them tells him to prepare to lose his money. This other spectator wonders who to bet on now. Meanwhile, Lin Feng looks on with a thoughtful expression, realizing he forgot to warn them about the dark forest. But it is too late for warnings now. A voice wonders if they should be heading this way, as Baiyi and 2 others walk a separate path from the main group. This private school students venture into the dark woods, their mage terrified of facing C-class monsters for the first time. But their leader rallies them, confident in their teamwork, determined to show the country bumpkins what true elites can do. Meanwhile, Baiyi's trio stands calmly in the forest. His senses suddenly flare, his heart pounding with alarm, and he quietly warns his 2 companions. This green-haired man teases him about rejecting their squad, claiming their captain is now even more interested in him. He asks Baiyi to reconsider the offer just as a shadow stirs. And a massive reptilian beast bursts from the trees. Elsewhere, another student screams in sheer terror as a different monster is brutally slashed across the chest. This private school's mage unleashes a powerful ice spell, completely freezing the C-class creature in its tracks. Her teammates praise the move, preparing a follow-up attack, shattering the frozen beast with a fiery strike. Their leader collects the loot, celebrating their victory. He boasts about their 10 points, calling them the true elite, and his teammates cheer, amazed they took down a C-class monster. He offers to let them have the next few kills, until they spot the official leaderboard in the distance. They see that 3 people are already miles ahead, Baiyi and his companions with over 10 kills each.